So thank you everybody for joining. For those that'll be watching afterwards, thank you so much for watching. My name is Shiobola Omotola Benjamin, the lead photographer at Park Photo Studios. Um, so let us get started. Believe me, anything you learn today. Oh, so some things you might hear today are things that you've heard before, and then there are some things that will be very new to you. Um, These courses basically, this webinar is basically for newbies into photography, and then some old heads too might join, at least to pick one or two things. But yes, that is where we are. So I'm going to share my screen right now so we can see what we're doing today. Okay, so screen shared. Let's get started. So, we'll be talking about jump starting your photographic career. So, what does jump start mean? If you're starting up an engine, you would kick start it. That is the regular way to start up a car or an engine. But if you say jump start, it means probably you tried kickstarting and the engine doesn't want to come to life. Then you have to force it. That is the kickstart aspect of it. So now I'm sorry, that's the jump start aspect of it. So what we'll be talking about today is jump starting your career. It means you've started or you're not really moving at that pace at which you want to move. And then you feel something needs to be done. So that is what we'll be talking about today. So strategies to help you jumpstart it, to bring it back to life, to spark it up, to give you that fresh spark, to give your career that fresh spark. That is why we're having this webinar. So, and we'll be talking about proven client acquisition strategies. Okay, so once more, welcome to this free webinar. All right, so first thing is understanding your target audience. Understanding your target audience. So, not everybody is your client. Let us start from there. Not everybody is your client. Not everybody is your ideal client. And as a creative, you should always learn to say no. You just don't take every job. There are some jobs that from the beginning you know that if I take this job, I'm going to end up in trouble. And believe me, 9 out of 10 times, if you end up taking those jobs, you end up in trouble. So, so not everybody is your ideal client. And between you and I, those clients that tend to negotiate hard could sometimes be very, very problematic. Believe me, there are some good clients. You send them your rates, and then they'll be like, "Ah, okay, all right, no problem. No, is there something you can do for us?" Believe me, they are negotiating not because they really want to negotiate. They are just negotiating so it won't look like you call the rates and then they just jump at it without negotiating. If you stay firm on your rates, believe me, they might still take up your offer if they want to take it up, and if you just move a little, like if you give them some leeway a little, they would really appreciate it. So those are the kind of clients you should look at. And then there are some clients that are abusive. There are some clients that will say, you know what, come and shoot for me. I'm going to give you exposure. No, please don't give me exposure. Give me money. Yes, give me money. Pay me for this service I'm rendering. Exposure is going to come with time. But please pay me this service worth, the worth of the service, please pay it this time around, and then we'll talk about exposure later in life. Then you need to research the needs and expectations of your clients. Believe me, the the primary thing about client acquisition and client satisfaction is meeting their needs. They called you to meet a need, and you need to meet that need. You need to ask questions. If they say we'll be staying at so 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 hotel, you need to Google the hotel. If you Google the hotel, it will come out. You need to Google the hotel. You need to say, oh, okay, what is the color of the wall? Purple. Purple walls. Okay, so if you're coming, you need to come with lights that um probably shoot you need to shoot off camera. Yeah, at some point in time, everybody shoots off camera, but at some point in time, we all shot on camera flash. So if you be doing continuous lights, you'd prepare yourself. That's the thing I'm trying to say. You prepare yourself for all eventualities. You prepare yourself for everything um that you are bound to encounter when you get to the venue, when you get to the hotel. So you need to ask questions. You need to know what they're expecting. How do you like your pictures to be? Do you like it extra dark? Do you like it moody? Do you like colors popping? Do you like it? Just ask questions. It's not like you don't know what you're doing, but you're trying to shoot to suit their taste. Different strokes for different folks. What client A wants might be different from what client B wants. So you need to know what each client wants, and you just don't assume this is what they want and this is what they don't want. One size does not fit everybody. Okay, so let's move to the next one, which is building a magnetic portfolio. Yes. With my experience in photography, I've spent over a decade in photography. Nobody has ever asked me for my certificate. Like when you finished training, where is your certificate? Nobody has ever done that. The only thing they ask me for is your portfolio. Can we see things you've done? Nobody wants you to come and do experiments with their events or with their job or with their session. They want to know, okay, this guy has done something like this before. He has done probably a bigger project or a project that is almost as big as ours. They just want to see it. They want to know if you're actually their guy or their lady, as it may be. So, so yes, you need to build your portfolio. The best of your best pictures need to be in your portfolio. It doesn't have to be much. You could have just 6 to 10 pictures in your portfolio, showcasing every single niche that you shoot. So, and then secondly, you need to focus on quality over quantity. I'd rather shoot 5 events at sorry for easy calculation. I'd rather shoot 4 events at 500,000 naira each. That's 2 million than shooting 10 events at 200,000 naira each. Let me come again. I'd rather shoot 4 events at 500,000 naira each than to shoot 10 events at 200,000 naira each. Why? Because the ambience that a 500k gig would give you is quite different from the ambience a 200k gig would give you. The hotel they will collect for someone to have paid a photographer 500k, they can actually afford to get a very good hotel. Their clothes is going to be fine. Let's not deceive ourselves. Everything about them is going to be of high quality. And by the time you start shooting two, three, four, 500k events, it means you're already a 500k photographer. If you shoot a 200k event over time, you become or you are a 200k photographer. And then when a 1 million naira client comes around and they see your portfolio and they see your 200k jobs there, it might be difficult to upscale from that your 200k to a millionaire. They'll be like, are you sure you want to really do this guy? But believe me, if you're already on the 500k pedestal and then you choose quality over quantity, believe me, it would help you magnet Your magnetic portfolio will magnet clients, and then you can easily say, oh yeah, this is how much I charge. Even if you don't have the gears to execute that kind of job, it is easy for you to just go ahead and rent cameras. People rent cameras. Everybody rents cameras. Everybody rents gears. Everybody rents gadgets. It is normal. Okay, so but the primary thing is that you're giving your clients top quality over quantity. Okay, then you need to highlight your niche. If you're a wedding and portrait photographer, please let everybody know it. Let it show in your portfolio. So it's not like you have three pictures of weddings, you have three pictures of portraits, you have three pictures of architectural photography, you have three pictures of this, you have three pictures of that, three pictures of street photography. No, it makes you look confused. So if it is, excuse me, if it's for you to have multiple portfolios, so for wedding pictures, this is where I'm going to keep it. For portraits, this is where I'm going to keep it. For street photography, this is where I'm going to keep it. For product photography, this is where I'll keep it. Architectural photography, this is where I'm going to keep it. So when a client comes around and they say, um, have you done architectural photography before? You're not sending them a portfolio that contains wedding portraits and all those things. You're just sending them a portfolio that is specific to what they want. Except you have a general portfolio where you've put everything in different folders. So when you send it to the clients can easily say, okay, okay, this is um this is the folder I'm going to, and then they will look at the folder and see um what they are looking for. So you need to highlight your niche, though it is good to be a master of all trades, which is better than master of one, but you still need to highlight which of those niches you actually shoot. And then you need to be very, very specific about it. Okay, so that would help you build a magnetic portfolio, which makes you look like you really know what you're doing. All right. So the next one is leveraging on social media for exposure. 10, 15, 20, 30 years ago, okay, not 10, sha, like 20, not even 20, like 30 years ago, we didn't really have social media. There was nothing like social media back then. Social media was really not a thing. So those clients that offer you exposure that offer you exposure for exchanging or in exchange for your services really don't have to do that anymore because now you have social media. Now you can run ads. You can post on Instagram and then you run ads. If it's 10K you have, if it is 15K you have, you've budgeted it alongside your charges to the clients. So when you're done shooting, you can easily say, "Oh, okay, I've hammered, let's say 15K for ads to push this job for marketing." Okay, so now you can take your picture, post it, and then run ads for it, so you can get exposure. Okay, so people can see it, people can know you, people can see what you do. If you're the most beautiful lady in the world and you don't step out of your room, nobody is really going to see your beauty. Okay, so you will just keep having very ugly Miss Worlds when you're right there, the most beautiful lady in the world, and nobody's seeing you. So you need to leverage on social media for exposure. You need to use hashtags strategically. Now, this is very, very important. Hashtags can actually make or mar you. Even if you run ads and your hashtags are dead, believe me, nobody is still going to see it. Nobody will see it. Hashtags, you have your chat GPT is your best friend. ChatGPT is your best friend when it comes to hashtags. So you can just click on your hashtag, click on ChatGPT and then give it prompts. Okay. Hello ChatGPT, you're the best social media manager in the world. I am a photographer and I have an image which speaks about so. I plan to post it at so time. kindly give me a list of hashtags that would boost this post and make people see what I am posting. And then I would love to get engagement from them. Explain to ChatGPT like it's a 2 year old and see magic. So believe me, ChatGPT is your friend. And then you engage with followers through comments and DMs. If someone comments on your post, don't just leave it hanging. Go there and engage. Believe me, engaging with them makes you human, doesn't make you like a robot. Click here if you're not a robot. Ah, no. So engage with your followers through comments. And when they send you a DM, please and please try to respond to those DMs as early as possible. Okay, so we'll be talking about power of referrals. Believe me, as creatives, um, or me as a creative, me as a person, I have enjoyed referrals to like the fullest. Believe me, I've enjoyed referrals to the fullest. 80% of my clients are referral based. There are people that got my contact from someone that serviced in the past, and then they loved what I did, and then they're like, Paul Park, Paul Park. Leave me, Park is your guy. Park, yeah, no, just call him. The power of referrals, a happy client would can actually make you one single client can make you, and one unhappy client can actually mar you. Okay. Not because you probably did a terrible job. It could be as a result of you being sloppy, you coming late, you being too stubborn, something. And then the client is unhappy, and then you never get a referral or a recommendation from that client. So, the power of referrals is very, very strong as creatives, and we should never play with it. Then also try to offer incentives like discounts or free prints. It won't kill you. So let's say, for example, you run a portrait session, and then the client says, your agreement, you guys already agreed that, okay, I'm giving you 5 edits. And then after the shoot, they love the picture so much. And they're like, please, is it possible you give us one extra picture? Just one, just one. Normally, you charge X amount for extra edits, but believe me, it won't kill you to give an extra picture. It is when they start selecting 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then you'll be like, no, no, you guys have to pay for this. But if it's still one extra, you can still do it. One extra picture won't kill you. They would appreciate the fact that you still went out of your way to give them something for free. Clients really do appreciate it. Then also, crafting an irresistible offer is something you shouldn't joke with. So, okay, I remember a movie, The Godfather. They'll say, we made him an offer he couldn't refuse, or we made him an offer he couldn't reject. Is it reject or refuse? But believe me, that offer, they obviously couldn't refuse it. But we are not making our clients that kind of offer because those offers were bloody and deadly. So now, making your clients an irresistible offer, what does it mean? It simply means you are giving them value. You're giving them a lot of value for what they've paid for. So let's say they paid, for example, let's say they paid 50,000 naira for a portrait session. For example, 50,000 naira for a portrait session, and then they want to make a frame. How do you package your frames? Okay, wedding. Let's say it's a wedding. You've taken fire pictures. They love it. Everybody's drooling over the pictures. And then you go ahead um and then you make your books. How do you package it? For first time clients, do you give them any offer? Do you give them discounts? Do you give them not necessarily discount? Do you give them extra? So let's say you're meant to leave the event for, let's say, 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. And then along the way, the groom just walks up to you and says, guy, please, we'll be having after party. I don't know. Can you just stay for like another extra 30 minutes? And you're like, first time client, first time client. Now old clients now just chopping. I could just say, yeah, I'm sorry. My contract says I end by 6. But for a first time client, if you go your extra way to just say, all right, no problem. 30 minutes is, yeah, we do 30 extra minutes at no cost. No problem. It's fine. Believe me, that first time client can be a lifetime client. And then sometimes you can just do limited time discounts to create urgency. There's no urgency there. But you create it so they jump on it and then it looks like an offer. So um let's say this webinar, when I was posting, I was like, um only 3 slots available. Or let's say I say registration closes in 30 minutes. Believe me, 30 minutes I could have posted it like 10 days ago, but anytime you see it is your own 30 minutes. So you try to key into the 30 minutes to register, and believe me, it's just a gimmick from my own side to create a sense of urgency and make you feel, oh yeah, I got the good deal. 30 minutes. Oh wow, lucky me. I could have actually clicked the link and it would have expired. Maybe it's, yeah, I clicked it 5 minutes to expiration. It's just a gimmick. Some websites actually put countdowns that never stop. That countdown was get to zero, it refreshes and restarts from whatever number they must have set it. But it's just a gimmick from the creative or the photographers it might be to create a sense of urgency, and that is another way to actually get people to key in almost immediately instead of saying I'll come back and click on this thing. But when they see it's urgent, yeah, they do it almost immediately. And then you need to master networking. Building relationship with related professionals is actually a serious game changer for any creative. So, e.g., event planners. Imagine you get to an event and then you cite the event planner and you say, man, beautiful work you've done, or sir, man, sir, anyone, sir, this is actually a very beautiful design. You've actually changed the ambience of this place. I've shot it like 3 times and it has never looked this beautiful. Kudos, great job, man. That 30 to 35 seconds conversation would stamp you on the mind of the event planner. If you're lucky enough to probably exchange contacts, and then maybe at the end of the event, you just send a few pictures of the decor that you loved and you send it to them. God willing, if that image looks better than that of whoever the event planner must have gotten, you have just won yourself a new client. Easy peasy. So you just don't get to an event and then you look at the event planner and be like, she didn't employ me. I don't answer to her, or believe me, networking is it goes a long way. Goes a long way in getting you where you want to be. And then you need to attend local events and showcase your work. Don't be shy to tell everybody what you do. If you meet a stranger and you strike a conversation, in another 10 minutes, that person must know you're a photographer. Must That person must have gone through your portfolio. If the person hasn't gone through your portfolio, then you must have been snoozing on something. So please don't take networking as a joke. It is very, very important. Then also optimizing your online presence is very, very important. So you create a professional website with clear calls to action. Register now, enroll with us, book now. Those are clear call to actions. Okay, so on your website you have your packages, and then there must be a button where they click on it, and then it takes them to where they are doing their registration or doing something somewhere. So, and for a lot of people, you'll be like, professional websites, it's going to be expensive. For Nigerians, I know a lot of Nigerians, we like free things. Yes, I'm also a Nigerian. I like free things. That is why my website is free. Don't worry, at the end of this webinar, down the slides, you'll see my website. I actually built it for free from scratch to what it is right now. It was built for free, hosted for free. It is beautiful. Don't worry, it is beautiful. So, you need a professional website. It builds trust, makes you look like you know what you're doing. Yeah, you actually know what you're doing. But if you have a website, makes it so obvious that this guy is a professional. He is someone we can deal with. Then, you need to optimize for local SEO. I'm sure a few of us don't even know we can register register our business on Google. So whenever they type, our business name comes up and it is free. Yes, it is very, very free as a process which is free. So using testimonials to build trust is also another way to acquire new clients. It's a very great strategy. I'm sure we must have seen it a couple of times uh, where all these WhatsApp vendors they will do screenshots, post it on their status. Another happy client, client this, where someone that bought their item comes back to give them a review. Ah, my husband loves the perfume. Oh, I wore my shoes. They look really nice. This, da, 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 da. It might be their friend sending them that. But for you saying it, there's out of 10 people, 4 people might fall for the trick and be like, oh, really? Oh, cool, 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 cool. This person is legit. This person actually delivers. This person sells good stuff. Oh, well, let me just, next time this person posts, there's a very high possibility I might want to just check the price. And if it is within my budget, I might buy it. So, testimonials actually help you build trust between you and your prospective client. They'll be like, this guy knows what he's saying. For him to have delivered, and then there's this kind of expression, is good. And then you can share those testimonials on your website, you can share it on social media, all social media, you can share it on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, X, and what of you on YouTube self. Post it everywhere. Let people see it. Don't be shy about what you do. Nobody's going to pay your bills, so you shouldn't be shy to to tell people what you do. Okay, so also email marketing and lead generation. Email marketing also goes a long way. Use freebies, e.g., downloadable guides to collect email addresses. I'm sure some of us that are here must have clicked on something somewhere and then got to my website, and for you to register, it drops your name, your email address, and then your phone number. And then that was where I went, harvested your details, and then I got across to all of us via WhatsApp. Yes, that is me using email marketing and lead generation via ads to get you to my website. From my website, you dropped your details, and I went there to gather them. And then you can send follow-up emails with tips and portfolio highlights. Those things, email marketing and lead generation also works. It might not work extensively in Nigeria, but yes, it does work. So post your ads probably to Facebook. They click a link, it takes them to your website. Then they get to the website and see something fascinating. They click on another link, they get to register for, let's say, this webinar, or they could register for what's this thing called? For your journals, or they get notified whenever you have a new post up. It works, keeps you on their mind. So every time you send a follow-up email or you send an update to them, they would always remember that back photo studios, yeah, I saw that guy somewhere. And that thing actually works like magic. So delivering an exceptional client experience caps it all up. Like this is like the Oga Patapata of them all. Be professional, be punctual, be approachable. How do you dress when you go to events? Do you dress like you've come to steal phone, or do you dress like you are the younger brother of the groom? Because sometimes when you dress well, even the bouncer would not push you. They won't, they might just look at it like, I'm sorry, where's your IV? The way you're dressed is the way you'll be addressed. Yes, motivational speaker stuff. If you dress well, you'll be addressed well. If you don't dress well, you won't be addressed well. So you need to be professional. You don't just do anyhow. You don't just talk anyhow. You don't just start playing anyhow. You The way you talk, the way you carry yourself, it goes a long way in helping you keep your clients or acquire new clients. For example, let's say it's a wedding, and then you get to where the bride is, and then you see very beautiful bridesmaid, and then you want to start showing off yourself. You start talking, yeah. At the end of the day, you lose respect. You lose class. But if you get there and you comport, relate with them, um and you spark up conversations that are meaningful, that have exactly, there's a very high possibility you would create a connection with them. Some of them might be getting married very soon. So if you probably take a picture of her and you're like, look at this picture. This is fine. Well, can I get my pictures? Don't worry, let me have your number. You don't want to toast her. What you collected that number for is strictly business. After you're done editing the client's pictures, just send it to her. She would appreciate it. If she loves it, she might have a birthday coming up very soon. You might have just won yourself a new client by just that act of taking someone's picture and then sending it to them. And then if you take picture of one person, make sure you take picture of everybody so that you will make an unknown enemy for yourself. And then you have to be punctual, get there, set up your stuff, and wait. It is still better than getting there late and then you're running out. Hey, I bet me bring out light stand. Hey, let me set up this light. Hey, don't break that stuff. Battery, battery, battery. Doesn't make sense. So you need to be professional, you need to be punctual, and you need to be approachable. Stop squeezing your face. As a creative, when you get somewhere, everybody needs to be very, very comfortable around you. You need to be very comfortable around everybody too. So it helps you to connect with them. It helps them to be able to approach you to even say, bro, sorry, can I have your number? But if your face is uptight and you're like, nobody wants to approach you. Nobody wants to do business with you. Okay, then over deliver to create memorable experiences. Like I was saying earlier, how do you deliver your stuff? If you're delivering a frame, do you just put it in a black nylon and then you send it over? If you're delivering a photo book, do you just wrap the book with nylon and put sellotape and send it over via dispatch? No. When you make a book, put it in a box. That box is not expensive. It's like 5K for the cheaper ones. They are more expensive, personalized boxes. Calculate it with their budget and then just give them something beyond their expectation, blow their minds. And believe me, you might as well win yourself an extra client. Anybody that sees the package and the pictures and everything, and it looks tidy, looks neat, looks well packaged, looks good, would want to do business with you. But if you just send it and then they just see it like every other regular photo book, they'll be like, oh, but this person is just every other regular photographer. So that is that about packaging. Okay, so this it would be an aberration if I don't talk to you about this. We've officially actually come to the end of the webinar. We spent about 33 minutes. But let me just talk to you about um our classes. This is free, but these classes you're seeing on my screen, they are paid classes, and believe me, it is the best thing you can do for yourself as a creative. If in 2025 you don't know how to do frequency separation, you're like 10 steps behind every other person. You need to learn how to properly do frequency separation. You don't have to edit the elbow and then the elbow looks flat. You don't have to edit my knees and then my knees would now rhyme with my thigh. You don't have to edit my face and then my nose is already contoured to my face. No, that is poor. That is not the good way. That's not the proper way to do your frequency separation. You need to still edit pictures so people can see the details. That is how it's meant to be. So our advanced frequency separation class is available. You can go to the website for more information on that. Then the weight is over. The one in the middle, that's a 6 weeks training. It is hybrid. The first 3 weeks will be online, while the last 3 weeks, which will be practical classes, you have to be in the studio in person. Or if you have access to a professional camera, you can also run it remotely. All we'll do is just to probably do a video call like this, and then we'll show you how you'd get your way around light settings, how you compose your images, how to take better pictures, and then you can walk around, take pictures around, and then would upload the pictures and then would analyze them together remotely. So that is that. Then our portrait photography masterclass. There is a difference between just taking pictures and taking portraits. When you're taking professional portraits, believe me, it is a craft on its own. It is a niche that could fetch you millions of naira. I know professional portrait photographers that make more money than event photographers, but that is a topic for another day. So register for any of our courses, go to the website, you would see them. That is https forward dot forward slash forward slash primeschool.vzy.io. Yes, I was talking about my free website. This is a free website. Go to vzy.io to design yours too. Okay, and then you can follow us on Prime Apertures on IG. That is our official page. So thank you once more for joining my free webinar. I hope you were able to learn a few things. Let me see if I can unmute your mic. If you have questions, please feel free to ask questions. We have about 3 minutes to go. So if you have any question, please, let's tackle it.